Hey guys, hope you're having a good day today. Just wanted to go over some Microsoft Flight Simulator settings. I was pretty frustrated for a few weeks because I was dealing with constant stutters and stuff like that at just basically, level detail around 200 at high scenery airports or high fidelity scenery airports with the Phoenix A320 or PMDG 737 with the new computer. So I wasn't really sure what was giving me the stutters, and I just wanted to post this video to maybe help some people out. I want to preface this by saying it's going to use the NVIDIA Control Panel, so if you're not using that, I don't think this video is really applicable to you. And this video is probably also going to be most useful for people with newer computers here. I had just built one, so I think this might have the most effect on higher end systems. So I just want to go into this here, preface this by saying this is at your own risk. So before you do anything, make sure you save your settings or know what they are before trying anything, just in case things don't work out for you and you can go back to those instead. I don't claim to be an expert on any of this stuff. In fact, I only want to go over a few settings with you here. So let's get into this. So just go into your NVIDIA Control Panel and global settings. I'll just show you guys all the settings I have in case you want to just try and copy it and see if it works really. But the only thing I think I've changed in global are the DSR factors and smoothness, and I don't think you really have to do that. Everything else here I would just probably leave alone unless you know what you're doing. The only thing I would say to change maybe is monitor technology. Make sure this is set to your G-Sync or FreeSync, depending on if you're the type of monitor you have and graphics card and stuff like that. I'm not really sure how all that works. I just know this monitor is G-Sync compatible and I have a NVIDIA graphics card, so I don't really have to worry about that. But make sure you go into your settings, in your Windows settings too, and make sure you're taking advantage of G-Sync or FreeSync. Next, go into your program settings and the Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I'll just show you guys real quick what all my settings are, so if you just want to take a look. But I just want to discuss really quickly the ones that I think are most important. Because I think a lot of this stuff doesn't matter too much. I mean, I've watched a ton of videos, so I've kind of messed around with this stuff. But I just want to go over some of the highlights and where I think my stutters and stuff really went away and what settings those were associated with. So the first one here is max frame rate. I set this to 60. For context, I'm using FrameGen and DX12, so if you are also using that, then this is probably most applicable. So I have 60 FPS set, and I have a 60 Hertz monitor, so I think this really helped me get rid of my stutters because I think I was overloading my computer CPU with frames. I'm not sure how all that works, but I think setting that to 60 really helped. Make sure in here your monitor technology is also set to the same thing as you would in global, so make sure that's either G-Sync or FreeSync. And the other thing that was really important, I think, was the vertical sync. I have this on in the control panel and in game, and I think having those both set to on really helps. So in summary, if you want to just try this and take it away from the video, I would say the most important things are vertical sync, your max frame rate, and monitor technology. Mess around with these settings, especially make sure you know that you're setting a frame rate for yourself, and mess around with that, see if that works with your refresh rate. And make sure in your Windows settings as well that your refresh rate is actually set to your monitor's refresh rate as well. But yeah, basically just mess with the max frame rate and vertical sync. I will say some other settings that might help. I think low latency mode helps a lot of people. You'll see mixed messages as to whether you should have this to like ultra or off, but try both of those, see if that makes a difference for you. And also try, let me see, where is it? I had just gone past it a second ago. For the power management mode, set this to prefer maximum performance. I think this only really makes a difference if you're, kind of low on power, I would assume. My power supply is a 750 watts, so I want to make sure it's on prefer maximum performance for my 4080 and 7800 X3D. I'm not sure how much of a difference this would make if you had like an 1000-watt power supply or something like that. But yeah, basically just give the max frame rate, monitor technology, and vertical sync. Try mess around with those settings, and just let me know if that helps you in the comments below. I think if you have a newer and new higher end system, that these would make the most difference. So try these before messing with any of this other stuff here.